Oh, we're live.
Are we doing the intro? You think he's going to launch the intro?
I don't think he's going to launch the intro.
uh,
Weird, awkward.
wait.
All right. Week 5 in the books, Daniel. How are we feeling?
Sad that it's already coming up on week 6. A lot of good football. I don't know what it is about this time of year, man, but towards the end of September and a lot of October, it is great football, and we're starting to see a separation. We're starting to see teams that have hopes and dreams and teams that are just fraudulent.
Men become men, and men become boys. I said that totally wrong, but I don't care.
Hey, balls are dropping, and balls are shriveling up.
Yep.
So, in a season where it's already going to cause your balls to want to shrivel up with the cold, even though Ohio's not getting the memo of fall.
Yeah, no, it's cold. It's hot outside. It's so hot.
The balls are still down, but as we go on, those balls are going to want to shrivel up. It's up to you to stay hot and keep them down. Connor.
Speaking of balls shriveling up,
yes,
Florida. What happened?
Virginia. It felt like Florida State was 11 on, I don't know how much that stadium holds, 55,000, because those fans were on the field so quick. So quick. Anyways.
Yeah.
Florida State didn't really play that bad, though. Virginia just kind of came out swinging.
Yeah. I mean, Virginia started out, let's see. I believe they struck first with a touchdown, and then
they
ended up coming out strong in the red zone on their first defensive drive. Held Virginia, Florida State got a pick in the end zone, and I think they went down and scored right after that too.
Yeah, they went up 14-0 early second quarter.
Yeah. So it's I don't know, man. I just don't think Florida State was. I mean, I say they were ready to play. It's just Virginia was.
I think that was a trap game. I think they got trapped with a short week. Virginia's better than what people thought. They're only lost. They're not a 2-2 team. This is a 3-1 team that lost by 1 score to NC State, I believe. This is not a bad school. This is a good program that was ready to play in Florida State. Other than Tommy Castellanos, that offense was ready, but their defense was not ready. That was not the team that beat Alabama. Tommy still went, what did he throw for? Over 200 yards? I know he did.
I believe so, yeah. He's a good quarterback.
254.
Yeah, 254. You know, he's got potential to make it to the big leagues, I think. I'm sure his draft stock will probably go up by the end of this year. So,
I mean, can we just talk about how Virginia won this game? Chandler Morris threw 3 interceptions. It's not like neither team played good. Tommy threw 2, going 18 of 32 for 254. Morris went 26 of 35 for 229. I mean, they run the ball pretty similar, 211 to 256 in favor of Florida State. Florida State had the passing yards edge, 258 to 229. Florida State had the total yard edge, 514 to 440. They just kind of squandered every chance they got, and Virginia didn't.
You know how many people were in that stadium?
Yes, I do. 50,107.
Largest since 2023. That's pretty big. That just goes to show that everybody loves college football. College football is the staple of the United States of America.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely not golf no more.
And burgers. Hamburgers.
Yeah.
I like hamburgers.
And, I mean, can we also say Florida State going down 14-0, comes back 21-14. Then it's back and forth. Then you go to overtime and you have game on the line. And when they throw that one to the left, Tommy made a great throw and also a hell of a catch that's going to go unrecognized because of the end result. But that, I mean, I thought they got it back. Like when they called it, I was like, all right, they're going to come back. They're going to win this game. So Florida State, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you, because you ruined my 8-leg parlay, which the other 7 legs hit. So
we're just going to touch on this game real quick. Friday night still, the appetizers that we had for Saturday's slate. Arizona State, TCU. TCU travels to Arizona State. ASU came back from a 17-point deficit, took it into overtime, and won it with a 23-yard field goal. Danny, how are we feeling about this game, just real quick?
Yeah, I think it's an impressive win because I don't think TCU's a pushover. I think both these schools are C+ schools battling for a B- slot. Yeah, I mean, what I do want to say is I want to say thank you to Friday night. 2 of the 3 games went to overtime, and one of them went to double overtime. So we got 3 overtimes with 3 games.
Mm-hmm. Made it a late night.
Yeah. The Florida State really set up, and also that this is the best weekend of the year so far. I mean, there was enough football where 2 TVs, and you still I was at my dad's, and we had TV, and then everybody was on their phone finding another one, like Georgia Tech Wake, and yeah, I needed like 6 or 7 TVs. Anyways, the day gets started Saturday morning. You wake up after. The funniest, most what the fuck when I turned on the TV, you got all 5 anchors or whatever you want to call them, analysts on College Game Day, all in white.
Hey, well, Pat was an off-white, all right? He was trying to show some not bias. Everybody else is in white.
I was going to be kind of scared when they lost Lee Corso. I was like, this show's going to go down. Like, they're going to get too serious. The fun's not going to happen. And then, boom, all of a sudden, around 10-ish a.m., you just see the greatest coach in college football history dressed in a fucking onesie. And, I mean, this sport's not going anywhere.
No, I'll be honest with you. I think if they would have brought that around when Lee was still around, I think Lee Corso would have done it.
He did. He wore it in the past. That's why they gave it to Nick.
That's what I thought. So,
yeah. Anyways, right after that, you have probably the best game of the day kicks off. Louisville goes down 17-0 before fighting all the way back, makes it 17-17, then goes down 10, then ties that, and proceeds to win the game 34-27 to go 4-0. Connor, I know you don't want to talk about that, but I had to slide it in there.
I know. You really stepped it in there on me like that. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I was giving Danny some crap Saturday. You know, Pitt was in control of the game all the way up till the end. Then Louisville just came out of nowhere and just turned it on. So always got to give Danny some crap about Louisville being down. But, you know, when I do give Danny crap, it always goes back in his favor. So you're welcome.
Well, hey, your noon slate wasn't too bad yourself. Notre Dame coming out and having a statement win. And this is what I'll say about Notre Dame real quick before we get into it, because I do want to talk about that game. Notre Dame starts the season 0-2. Good losses, though.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it was a good Miami team in the ACC and a really, really good Texas A&M team. And you lose by a field goal, an extra point. So it is what it is, man.
But I will say this, when they played Purdue and they finally got in the win column, there was still something left on the plate. You know, you left the restaurant still a little hungry. Like this game, I think, is the bounce back. I don't think Purdue – I think in a weird way Purdue wasn't satisfied. This is the first game where I feel like as Notre Dame fans you can breathe. You can be like, okay, rough start, bounce back. Freeman's got his guys. He normally, for whatever reason, starts slow. I don't know why, but – I mean, they look great. Arkansas, I knew, was one of those teams where they were a couple different plays away from being 4-0. So this is a good school, but I do think now that they just fired Sam Pittman, that was definitely a make-or-break game, and they just – I mean, Notre Dame was up big and faking punts in the second half. Like, I love it. I love it. They finally bounced back.
So I did a little bit of research on that fake punt because I didn't know that fake punt happened in the third quarter. My dad told me about it last night, and AJ and I were at the OU versus Bowling Green game. We watched the first half, so Notre Dame was still going on at the same time. I was keeping updated, watching the score. I looked down at my phone. It was like 14-10.
Yeah.
And I put my phone down for like 20 minutes, and I look again, and it's like 34-10. I'm like, well, okay. I didn't look at my phone the rest of the time, walked back to the house, and I saw that it was like 56 to whatever it was, 56-13, like in the fourth quarter. I was like, holy cow, what in the world happened? So get back last night. My dad's like, oh, did you see the fake punt that Notre Dame ran? And when I watched it, I was like, they were up 30 points, and it was in the third quarter, and they ran the fake punt. Well, long story short, North Texas former special teams coordinator ran a trick play on Arkansas too, at Arkansas. They were already up 7. Arkansas punted the ball, and it was when the guy pretended that he fair catched it.
I remember. Ran down the sideline.
Yeah. Yep. Never signaled, just stood there. Waited like 5 seconds, took off running.
Yep.
So Notre Dame special teams coordinator now
has a little something to it.
Has a little something in him. And I would expect to see a little bit more trickery coming out of special teams here. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's something on kickoff next week, or another fake punt, or just like North Texas, punt receive, act like they fair caught it, take off running to the house.
Hey, Halloween's in about a month, so the trickiness should be coming out. I heard Nick Saban say something that I will overuse by January: tickle the tackle. And he was talking about, defensive end kind of rushing, but also staying home and containing. Mm-hmm. But I'm using it as some trickery. I'm using it as not what you expect. So Notre Dame tickled the tackle on that play, going for it. Yes, at one point it was 14-10, in which I was on my way home from work. I had a short day. Put the phone away. I'm like, okay, 14-10. I'm going to rush home and see this good game. Arkansas has got them in a trap. Brother proceeds to call me. Connor, he tells me how Notre Dame's in control. Notre Dame looks great. And I'm like, what happened? 28 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's when I put my phone down.
That's what happened.
Like 20 minutes later, I was like, what in the world happened? So I'm glad we're starting to use Jeremiah Love a little bit more. I think he had let me see here. Sorry, I'm looking. I know he had a great game. If you find it before me, just let me know.
Yeah. What do you want? Stats?
Yeah, I got it here. Jeremiah Love, 14 carries, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Jardanian Price, 13 carries, 86 yards, 1 touchdown. So I'm glad to see we're using our running game a little bit more. CJ Carr, he had a great game. 22 out of 30, 354 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So I'm glad to see that we got things, going in the right direction. Hopefully, we started really down in, I want to say down in the dumps, but we started down.
Your season?
Yes.
Or the game?
Just game-wise,
yeah, I agree.
Gameplay. Offense was a little shaky, but you can steadily see the incline going up, and hopefully it keeps going from there.
Put your hand down, Hitler. Anyways, as we move on, another one that it was a great game between two opponents that are right there every preseason. They get all this hype every preseason. Only one can prevail, and sometimes they both don't. But the one that did is the one that needed to bad after getting embarrassed to Indiana. Illinois, USC. Illinois comes away victorious with a walk-off field goal, 34-32. One of those, this is what I said about today, where 2 TVs wasn't enough. This is what I meant. When you're watching Louisville and Notre Dame, like 95% of the country was.
Mm-hmm.
Wink, wink. You got this game going on. A game where everybody's like, oh, yeah, this should be a good game. No. Illinois, USC, offensive juggernaut. Both quarterbacks threw for over 300 yards. USC fraudulent again, but I also think it's a good enough win where Illinois can really hang their hat on this one. This also proves how good Indiana was after holding that Illinois offense to 10 points last week?
Yeah.
So Illinois, which Ohio State has creeping up in a couple of weeks, huge bounce back, huge get right game. Connor, what was your takeaway from this one?
Yeah, Illinois still looking good. I would really like to see USC win this game because Notre Dame plays them later on in the season. I think this loss might drop them. Did it drop? No, it didn't, because I think these rankings are right already on the ESPN app. I think they're 21 now.
See, that's what it was when the game was played, so I feel like they dropped out.
So they're probably out of the AP poll, top 25. Yeah. But, everybody says, like, the AP poll doesn't really matter. Rankings don't matter until, week 8 and 9.
I bounce back. I understand what you're saying because that's when the playoffs, and technically they don't matter until then. But I think I don't look at it as a ranking. I look at it as how right are these rankings and how much weight do these things hold. I think also depending on your schedule, like LSU, I think you can rate very good. I think you can rate Notre Dame very good on their handful of games. You also have teams like Ohio State where they might only have one, now maybe 2 games that you can hang your hat on. So I think right around now, week 5, week 6, once everybody gets to that 4-0 capability, once you get about 4 games, I think you've bound to play one decent opponent. But like Penn State, how do we know how good they are? They played Villanova, FIU, and Nevada, I think maybe.
Yeah.
And then they play Oregon. Also, they lost, but I think now you can be like, hey, they're really good.
Right.
So I see what you're saying, but I think it's all about what your schedule looks like. And I think USC, like you said, I think you wanted them to win this game. I just don't think they're good. I don't like Lincoln Riley.
Right. But we'll see how it goes. I mean, back to the rankings part, I would say 1 through 10 on the AP poll would be like, it's pretty solid. It'll be pretty similar to the ESPN rankings. There might be a team here or there that is like one spot higher, one spot lower, vice versa. So, yeah, I really would have liked USC to win. But Illinois, they're looking good. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a run possibly to the Big Ten championship. Who knows?
We'll see it, man. They get Ohio State in Champaign on October 11th, so coming up real soon.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that game, I do want to touch on this game, not stay here for long, just tickle the game, tickle the tackle of the game. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest. Parlay, I had it. Georgia Tech pulls away, overtime, late kick. They once again do the fire drill. Once again, I don't know what it is with this coach, and he's 2-2, so I'm not going to say it's crazy, but this coach loves to call a timeout before 3rd down, get everybody situated, everybody on the same page. They run a run on 3rd, and then the field goal team's ready to get on the field. They line up, they kick. I don't know if it's something where this kicker just is better when he doesn't have time to think about it or what, but hey, they once again, just an insane game. Georgia Tech comeback. Great. Thank you for winning me some money because I've struggled.
You know what sucks? Georgia Tech was only 7 for 16 on 3rd down.
Yeah, they struggled. They should not have won, but they did. They found a way. That's what that team does. I feel like that they're one of the best, worst teams.
Yeah.
Anyways, the big 3:30 slate that I want to talk about, LSU Ole Miss. Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin dropped his nuts on the boyfriend's forehead, showed who's daddy. I mean, just a must win for him. Just take football out of it. I mean just a must. Father, man of the house, must win. I mean, he had a old boyfriend with Weeks throwing up.
Yeah, that was wild. I saw that video today. I was like, damn, they really
he did not let up.
Yeah.
And I just LSU did score one late and went for two. They didn't get the two. You could tell they were trying. So I don't want to say that's garbage time. I think there was like 5 or 10. It was under 8 minutes to go in the game when they scored that. But Ole Miss just, I mean, dominated that game. Really, I believe. Yeah. Wait. Hold on. I know the rushing for LSU just was not there. Oh yeah, 57 yards. LSU 57 yards rushing. That Brian Kelly's a problem. I mean,
I've been telling you guys since day one, man. You put Brian. Well, week 1 he proved me wrong, but
yeah.
you know,
Well, also week 1's not what we thought.
Yeah.
Anymore.
you put Brian Kelly in a high pressured game with the team in the top 20 or top 10, top 5. It doesn't matter. Brian Kelly is known for buckling under pressure and not coaching as well as he usually does. You've seen it at Notre Dame and you're seeing it at LSU. I can't say much UC because I didn't really watch UC as a kid when he was at UC, but
you see that
yeah,
a lot.
UC.
You see when you're saying you see a lot, you see it kind of comes out that. I also want to say this: third down. Third down. So when you go 2 for 11 on third down, Brian, that's a problem.
Yeah. It's not like Garrett Nussmeier had a terrible game either. He went 21 for 34 with 197 yards. I mean, yeah, you probably, if you want to be a Heisman quarterback, you probably want to see that over 200 or a little over 250. But, I mean, it's not like he had a terrible game. He had 1 interception, a touchdown throw. But, you know, you got to have a defense too. Mm-hmm. There was no defense in that game from what I was watching. LSU's defense was non-existent.
Yeah, I mean, they allowed Ole Miss to throw for 214 and rush for 166 for a total of 480 yards of offense. LSU, the team that we declared, the team that fooled me, where I thought this LSU's defense was back. It's not. They were good against Florida, trash. They were good against Clemson, trash. Now they nutted up. They played a good team, and now Ole Miss is sitting there 5-0. I mean, that's how you guys judge the game. Mm-hmm. LSU's just once again is going to roll a 9-3, 8-4 season, and Brian Kelly's going to continue to coach and continue to mistreat his players, maybe kill them. Yeah, I mean, just not a good game. You know what else was an annoying watch? Just like bad football. Texas A&M and Auburn. I mean, Auburn had like chance after chance after chance to win that game, and then they just no, we're good. We're going to go 0 for 13 on third downs. You're going 0 for 13. My team, my Auburn Tigers. I did better on the video game. Al Jackson will run a read option or something. The guy's so quick. What are you doing? He's not. Oh, he's busy back there throwing. No, the fuck he's not. He just threw for 125. What the fuck's he doing back there? He has no awareness. He has no killer instinct. The guy just stands back there and doesn't know that there's 300-plus pound linemen 1 foot from him. And with that speed, he's dangerous. But it don't matter how fast your car is if you don't know when to put it in drive. I mean, if you don't know when the race starts, you're not going to win. I don't care how fast you are. Connor, did you watch this game?
I watched.
Just say you did if you know anything about the game.
I watched it. Yes, I watched a couple quarters. It looked a little rough. You know, it helps. I was rooting for Notre Dame, or not Notre Dame. Sorry, Texas A&M, because it helps Notre Dame's case.
Yes,
losing to a good team.
Notre Dame might be one of the only teams in the country where strength of schedule matters that much, like it used to with BCS because of no conference. Go on.
Yeah. So Marcel Reed, 15 for 22, 207 yards, averaged 9.4 every pass, threw 1 interception, but their running game, man, they're Le'Veon Moss, 21 carries, 139 yards, 1 touchdown. He's good. He's real good. I could see him carrying A&M to a playoff potentially.
Yeah.
To win an SEC championship. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah, it was an ugly game, just judging by the score, 16-10. And all from what I saw, Auburn, and like Danny said, Auburn has had chances. They had their chances, and they
had
they
so
couldn't do
many.
it. Yeah.
That poor defense. Just that offensive line for Auburn is abysmal. The defense is just out there. Shout out Nick Saban. Shout out Lil Jess. I said I was going to shout you out. They're tickling the tackle. They're doing whatever the fuck they want. That D-line, I don't care. You can put Edgewood High School D-line against that Auburn O-line, and I think they would feast. I mean, they're just – anyways, I want to do our famous schedule read. Texas A&M. Let's see how famous your undefeated season can go. You got a tough one. You got a home game, at night, Mississippi State. Mississippi State, I mean, very high potential to win this game here.
They gave Tennessee a game.
I believe the points in this, because I've been looking at my FanDuel because I am the Parlay King. I believe it's over a touchdown. And if this bitch is over 10.5, you are stupid to not take Mississippi State points.
It's 14.5 right now.
Oh, my God. Bet it now. This game's going to be a touchdown game. This game, A&M might win this game by 5 at most. They might just outright lose it. Then you go Florida. I think that's a win.
Yeah.
At Arkansas to win. They don't know. They don't even have a coach. At LSU, probably a win. I mean, LSU just does not look good. I think they're going to be one of those teams that just down the rankings. At Missouri, who's you can win that. You can beat South Carolina. You got a tough one against Samford. And then you're at Texas, which by then Texas could very potentially be back to what we thought they were, not living up to that standard now.
Yeah. I don't know. Touching back on that Texas A&M Mississippi State game, Texas A&M's favored 14.5.
Yeah, I don't know how, but I love it because I'm betting that.
But we'll touch on that later this week.
Yeah, that'll be our next podcast.
But talking about Mississippi State, we go to Mississippi State, Tennessee.
Yeah, roll with it.
Yep. Mississippi State gave Tennessee a game here. I watched a little bit of it. Let's go. Joey Aguilar, 24 for 40, not his best, but he threw for 335 yards and 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. I know Tennessee's throwing air raid offense, but it happens. You're going to throw interceptions. You're going to have your bad games. You're going to have your good games. But we'll see how it goes. Danny, what do you think about this Tennessee game?
Yeah, so I don't want to take credit from Mississippi State, right? I think they are a great team. I think they're way better than what they were. I think they potentially are borderline a ranked team. I will say this, though. Tennessee threw 2 picks that were both tip balls, both catchable, which is not on Aguilar. And then they also had a punt that they muffed at the 20, which is on them, but they muffed and gave Mississippi State a super short field. So I don't want to say that they handed Mississippi State, let's say, 14 points, but they kind of did. So I think I don't know how to take this game because of all the crazy shit that happened. It seemed like everything that needed to happen for Mississippi State to be in this game and to win this game at the end did, and they almost did. So credit to them for hanging in. I mean, they still got 378 yards of total offense to Tennessee's 466. Tennessee, those two interceptions and that muff punt, though, makes me wonder how this game would have turned.
Right.
I still think Tennessee's legit. I think Mississippi State's good, but I don't want to overhype them. Is I guess what I'm getting to here. I don't want to overinflate this game. We'll learn a lot about them next week. But also want to say, Brazier, is that his name? Number 17 for Tennessee?
Yes.
Deep ball god. I mean, this guy, when it's a 50-50 ball, it's not 50-50. He does not know.
Chris Brazel.
Yeah, Barzell.
Brazel.
Mr. Brazil. Rio de Janeiro couldn't guard this guy. I mean, he's unguardable. Just chuck it up. Joey Aguilar underthrows him 90% of the time, and I think that's the game plan. I think you want to underthrow him so he can just go up and moss a guy. Insane game. I think this is one of those for Tennessee where you don't freak out because, like I said, Mississippi State's good. You kind of shit down your leg with the 3 opportunities that you just handed to Mississippi State.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the road with the Cowbells. I think both of these teams are just good teams.
Back to your.
I have a bone to pick with you, Daniel.
With me?
Yeah. You make all these points like saying Mississippi State's going to cover against Texas A&M this weekend. 14.5 points. You said Tennessee just gave them 14.5.
Yeah.
They gave them 14 points away in the game.
Yeah.
And then you say they're a good team.
Can I answer? Is there a possibility that I could think, a very logical possibility, that Tennessee is better than A&M? Yes. I don't think A&M's as good as Tennessee. So I think Mississippi State, who granted got favored 14 points, still this was a great game. I think at Mississippi State that Mississippi State will keep it within 14. I think they'll keep it within a touchdown of A&M.
I disagree.
See,
no head-to-head. But hey, guess what? Guess what, buddy? You're going to have to bet it. You know why? Because it's going on the parlay. It's going on the BKU pick.
Me and you, we're going to have a one-on-one bet. I think Texas A&M covers.
At 14.5, or is that the line we're locking?
So what you're saying is sneak peek for next episode. Danny,
I'm not saying sneak peek. I'm saying full flash.
Okay. All right. Well, Danny's taking Texas A&M to cover at 14.5.
No.
Me.
Oh, AJ's taking Texas A&M to cover at 14.5 on the parlay.
I think,
and Danny's taking.
I think Mississippi State points. That's what I'm taking, Connor.
A late game loss where you feel like you controlled parts of the game against a top 25 school, it could be demoralizing. And if they get punched in the mouth by Le'Veon Moss and Marcel Reed, this game won't be close.
See, I think they bounce back in a very positive light.
Have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I like Mississippi State. I want them to win this game.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you're wrong about your
I don't see it.
Oh, it's at A&M. My fault, podcast. Still holding strong on my points.
That's even better for me.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to take it to good old Indiana and Iowa. Trevor's Hawkeyes fall to Indiana 20-15. Tough loss. Danny, what do you think about this game?
Also 20-15. Indiana gave him 2 points. I don't really know why you took the safety and just didn't go down at the 1. He ran 30 yards and had 3 seconds. By the time you got to the 10, he could have went down, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, Iowa's got no offense, and they got a defense that's going to keep them within a lot of games. Indiana also, I think this was a trap game, so I didn't expect them to blow teams out, but I also very confident they were winning this one by 10. I mean, Iowa's offense is just bad.
AJ,
Nothing ever changes either.
No.
You would think they would do something. They've tried new coordinators. They've tried different quarterbacks going to the portal. Sometimes it's just how a certain thing is.
You know what? It's kind of like when it's not going to change. Kind of like James Franklin. He just can't beat the big.
Right.
Do we take it to Sad Valley?
Let's wait for a segue.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a segue if you just let me go on that one, Gunner.
Speaking of
James Franklin,
Connor,
set us up for it.
The big game of the week. Big game of the week. We go to Penn State, Oregon.
There's 2 big games.
Oregon wins 30-24. AJ, we'll start with you. How do you feel about this game? Or what did you think?
this whole game was essentially just what Penn State's been for the last decade under James Franklin.
Yeah.
It's you start out slow, you play to your competition, you never get ahead of your competition, and you're hoping late in the game that your defense or offense can make a play that changes it in your direction. And Drew Aller did make plays late in the fourth quarter, got them to a spot where they should have probably won with the crowd they had, took it to overtime, and they're just unable to find it when they mattered the most. But Oregon is the big story here because Dan Lanning, came into the Big Ten last year, beats Ohio State at home. This is his biggest road game of his career, I'd say, as a head coach. And they go in there and they're up, I think it was 17-7 at one point in the fourth
Yes.
quarter.
Seven,
And then
17-3. In which
17-3.
Dan Lanning goes with 11 minutes to go in the game, up 14, slashes the throat. The guy's full of power, but when I was watching that game, I was like,
Yeah.
this game's not over.
Plus, his post-game interview he looked like he was on coke, just cracked out of his mind. But Oregon's
He's always smiling.
Oregon is once again. He's a contender. They're a contender for the Big Ten. Obviously, they were. Penn State, their biggest disappointment. Their other big game on the schedule is Ohio State and Columbus. So look for them to try to play with a little extra motivation, because this is like Ohio State last year where they lost to Oregon, and then they were able to kind of have a powerful game going into Penn State, and this is the one that they won. Ohio State beat Penn State at home, and that was kind of they were on to the playoff from there, minus a hiccup from a team up north,
Yeah,
But Penn State still has everything right ahead of them. Drew Aller, is he going to change it all? I don't know. It could be just James Franklin. He played good.
Yeah.
It's just he made the interception late in the game, like he did against Notre Dame, like he did against Oregon in the Big Ten championship game last year. Danny?
I mean, I just don't understand. Like, I think in a game where the majority of your comeback in that fourth quarter, it was a sluggish game. Oregon won the third quarter. Oregon pretty much, it was very evenly dominated, but it seemed like Oregon had more missed opportunities in the first and second. So they kind of controlled most of the three quarters. You go up 17-3 early fourth. Penn State gets back to their bread and butter. They run the fuck out of the ball. They get it to Katron Allen. He hits his boom. I think he said something else in there. But they get in the end zone, right? So you come back. And then you get a great fake handoff reverse to the end zone with less than a minute to go to force overtime to make it 17-17. And then you come out in a game where your quarterback threw for 137 yards. He's not lighting it up. You come out in overtime and throw it. I just don't like the play call. I feel like they were so creative on their runs all night. Running outside. They were making Oregon play 50 yards wide. I just hate when they came back and he dropped back. I was like, what are you doing? And then they threw a pick, and I heard this on Unnecessary Roughness, and I went back and watched. Drew Aller threw into 3 Oregon guys. I mean, he was just not ever open.
I will say that linebacker made a hell of a catch.
Yeah, and if he didn't, there was a DB right behind him before the Penn State guy would have even caught it. I mean,
yeah.
I just don't like the play call, and I feel like they do this to Aller when he was in the Notre Dame game last year. I feel like you take that, you hand the ball off there. They got good yards. I just don't like the idea of forcing it. I feel like they put him in situations, and it's not do or die, but they treat it like it's do or die. That's where I think they go wrong. And because I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I know that's a hot take. He really hasn't had big plays. The deep ball that he threw against Oregon in this game, I think they had a deep, slim post route. Great. I was like, there he goes. And then he'll make a couple sidearm releases, and it's good. And then they put him in these situations where he's going to make the wrong decision. Why don't you just hand the ball off? I don't know. I don't like the play call.
This is also on Andy Koldelicki. To come out flat for 3.5 quarters against probably one of the top 3 teams in the Big Ten.
And you had all off season and 3 cupcakes and a bye week. You had the most amount of time. You had nobody to worry about. And they had trouble throwing the ball downfield in all these games. And they don't have anything special to show for it. I don't understand.
I will say, I just thought about this. Do you think bye weeks are killing teams? We saw it last year in the college football playoff. We've seen it a couple times this year so far. Notre Dame coming off a bye, losing to Texas A&M by a field goal, and now we're seeing Penn State losing to Oregon after a bye week. Danny?
I got 2 things to say, and they both revolve around the number 2 on that. 1, the playoff bye weeks were when teams had 2 to 3 weeks off, which is just way too much time without the sport. And 2, Notre Dame got a bye week in week 2. Idiotic, way too soon. So I think that I don't think a normal bye week, like a week 8, like we have a bye week coming into Penn State, and so do they. But like I love that. Like I think those are good. I think Notre Dame situation. Also, I don't know if they would have won that game. I don't think the bye week did anything there.
So I'm going to clip this, and I'm going to bring it back and ask you after the Penn State-Ohio State game.
I will rebuttal with your take saying Alabama. They had a bye week.
Yeah.
They went in and just beat Georgia, who also had a bye week.
I like bye weeks. I don't think I do. The playoff one is too much, but that's because it's multiple weeks.
If you attack it the right way and you prepare yourself for the game upcoming, it shouldn't be an issue. Ohio State, they did it. It kind of came up slow at points in the Washington game, but they still were able to pull away, and their defense dominated.
Yeah.
Penn State's defense didn't do that. Their offense kind of sucked.
It did. It kind of did, though.
I meant to say their offense didn't do that. The defense, they look better.
I will say, going back to Ohio State, I feel like Ryan Day's Ohio State teams always come out slow in the first half, and in the second half they just turn it on and it's lights out. That's what I personally think. Like I've seen, like just watching Ohio State here more recently with you guys, and going to the games and stuff. I think they come out slow in the beginning of the game, and then the second half they make adjustments and they turn it on, and it's just game over from there.
I think it's more of a feeling what the defense is doing, because they went for it on their first drive in both the Ohio game now and then this game now, inside, like deep in the red zone. Yeah, they didn't get it twice, and it cost them both times. And then Brandon Inniss fumble. They had 3 possessions where they could have easily scored touchdowns, but they gave the ball away to Washington on mistakes. And then they kicked the field goal, I think, on the second one. So it was only 3-0 for a while, but they're just mistakes.
Well, we were down 3-0 for a while.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what AJ said. I think Ryan loves his halftime adjustments. I think he trusts his coordinators, especially with Matt Patricia and the last year with Knowles. I think it's what AJ said. I don't think he's too crazy about that first half. I think he understands they're going to make their adjustments, and he's confident in himself. Also, don't want to come across cocky, number 1 team in the nation, but I think he understands who he plays, and I think if that's against like a Michigan or somebody, I think he's kicking that field goal. Granted, I could be wrong, though, because as I'm saying this, I'm remembering we went for it early in the Texas game, too, at like our own 40 and threw a pass, which should have been completed and dropped. So maybe he's just a lot more aggressive after that push in the playoffs, but he is a different coach after the Michigan game.
3 of the 4 games Ohio State's had, they've went for it on their first drive on 4th down and did not convert.
Yeah. I mean, like against like a Penn State, I would love to just get 3. But, I mean,
especially if you don't get the ball first.
Yeah.
If you get the ball, you make a stop and then get a ball, and you get a 3 right away, you're feeling pretty good.
Your first drive's got to get points if it's there. You don't.
I like to look at it as like rounds, like a boxing matchup. Like first round, that's possession. Who wins? You beat them. You outscored them 3-0. All right, let's go to possession 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you might look at it a different way.
So going back to the Penn State game and James Franklin, this takes James Franklin's record to 4-21 against top 10 opponents. I also heard this stat against rivals Ohio State and Michigan, who hold a combined 1-13 against him. How are we feeling? Do we think James Franklin isn't built for the job, or do you think it's just
He's
He's
not
1-13
against Ohio State and Michigan combined. He's beat them both.
He's beaten a
it
Michigan
says
at
it's
least once.
no, it's
Unless
it
it's like
says
the
that
last.
he's 1-13 against Michigan
He
and
beat
Ohio State.
Michigan in like
combined.
2018 or 19. And then he beat Ohio State in 2016. I feel like
Well,
he's beat.
This article's wrong, I guess.
Yeah.
Or where I heard
Maybe
it from.
the stat might be a little. He
But
is
anyways,
not
it takes
good against top opponents.
No,
Yeah, it
the
takes his
last
record
time
to
he beat Ohio
4-21.
State, both times the last time he won a big game was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
And he's 500 if they're even ranked. I think he's like 7-7 when it's, or he's 500. I don't know if it's 7-7. He's 500 when the other team's ranked.
I mean, if you like close games and teams covering, I think Penn State's your team to watch because they never get blown out in these games.
No.
It's always one possession loss.
How do you lose that many big games that close and never find the other side of it?
Yeah, it's like Ryan Day in his big games, but he'd like sneak out one here and there against someone.
Yeah.
But
And honestly, after the playoff run, I don't even know if that's a narrative anymore. I know early on, but James Franklin's had this narrative since like 2017, 2018. We started realizing like, oh shit, he's like 0-3 in his last big game. Oh, he's 0-4. Oh, he can't beat anybody. Like, I mean,
2016 really kind of, I guess,
that inflated him for a while.
misguided people into what the future held. But
Do you think he can come back from this game?
Yeah, they absolutely can. They have the talent too. They have the quarterback too. They have the running backs too. They have what you thought were upgraded receivers, which they still are definitely upgrades. Are they the game changers that they want to be? Not yet. Doesn't mean they can't be, but they have a very workable schedule the second half of the year. They play Ohio State. I think they might. Do they play USC again? I don't know if they do or not. They have another kind of tricky game, I thought, later in the season.
I think
But
they
Ohio
play
State's really
Indiana.
good. That would be a big one. If they play
Schedule
Indiana,
reads
yeah, give it to us.
UCLA, Northwestern, Iowa. October should be a big bounce back month.
They go
When-
to Iowa, right?
Yeah.
That's tricky.
But I think Penn State's legit. So I think there's tiers. Then they go to start November at Ohio State, and they get Indiana, but it's at Penn State. Those two are huge. Then Michigan State, Nebraska, and Rutgers. So they got 2 games, November 1st and November 8th. If they win those, or even just go 1-1, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, if they're 10-2, they're in.
Yeah, agreed.
I think it'd be hard for them to get left out.
Sounds like to me you're gonna have a lot of 10-2 teams on your.
You
I
normally
saw-
do, but rivalry week will shake a lot of those 10-2s out.
My preseason prediction, I had a lot of 9-3 schools. I'd have to go back and look at what I had for everyone.
Tennessee
But
was one.
Penn State had 11-1. I think I had Tennessee at 8-4.
I'm pretty sure you had them at 9-3.
No, I had them down there with Florida. I had them like at 8-4.
How's that Florida one working out?
I had
for you?
Missouri at 10-2 though, and I'm liking that right now.
Yeah, I took Kent State plus 3 wins.
Have they hit that yet?
I don't know.
I don't think.
I know they haven't hit. I don't know if they're at win 2 yet. Here we go.
I think they have 2 wins.
Kent State football. Come on, give me.
We're gonna watch this live. We're gonna see his reaction. How many wins do they have?
Mhm.
They have a total.
Okay, they
of-
beat Merrimack. My phone keeps refreshing. Fuck me.
Why not just check the score app?
I need to check the score app. I don't know because I Googled it. Okay, they beat Merrimack.
Might be their only win.
Yeah, they're 1-3.
So they're
All right.
1-3. They're a third of the way through the season. Danny has not hit his
Okay.
win yet on Kent State.
Let me say this though: they're beating UMass. They get UMass at home. You guys want to go to that one?
That's a game of the year candidate right there.
You guys want to go to that one, October 11th?
I don't.
You
Yeah.
can't-
NASCAR game comes out, and I'd rather play that.
Then they got Toledo, tough. Bowling
I got a
Green.
golf outing that day.
Oh, boom. And then they got Akron, November 11th. Yeah.
That
they're
might be
getting-
workable. You might get that one. We have to talk about Alabama and Georgia.
Oh, same old once again. I mean, what is it? Kalen DeBoer might be a shitty coach, but I'll tell you this: he's the opposite of Jane Franklin. You give him a big game, he's dominating it.
So does that then make him a shitty coach?
Yeah,
I don't think you could say that.
I mean, when you lose a lot more, I mean, you slip up once a year and then win all the big ones, you're fine. But when you slip up against Oklahoma, who was the other team? Vanderbilt. They almost lost to South Carolina.
Hey, almost does almost count?
Okay, let's not pretend that they missed the playoffs.
Okay.
Let's not pretend that they didn't miss the playoffs. They also
140
lost to
teams
Florida
missed the
State.
playoffs.
You just lost to Virginia.
Virginia's a solid team. You just said they were a solid program.
I didn't say shit.
You're going back on yourself. I was listening the whole time. You said they're a good program. They got a good direction going.
But Alabama holds there's tiers.
It's not Nick Saban's Alabama. You can't view them like that anymore.
That's
They're
how
just
they're
another
feeling.
SEC team.
That's how Mobile residents view them. That's how Montgomery Montgomery's pretty much Auburn territory. That's how Birmingham.
Are you them?
That's how Huntsville. I see their Twitter.
They're called fanatics. They want to view their program way better than everyone else. It's just like Ohio State fans. It's just like Georgia fans. It's just like Penn State fans. They have a higher standard where they expect to be.
Well,
Just because they have an upset early in the season, it doesn't matter.
They're not championship level.
You have AP poll brain right now. Oh, this team beat this team. That means they're good. You just said Illinois was a good team. They lost by 50 points 2 weeks ago.
To a really good team. To a top 10 team. Virginia's not top 10. Florida State's not top 10. Get out of your Josh Pate opinion-based ass.
How do you say that? I haven't. You guys are buffering. I haven't watched Josh Payton a month.
Yeah, that's exactly what he says, though. He's in your brain.
All right. Schedule read here. So Alabama, Danny, you tell me if Alabama's going to make the playoffs by winning out the rest of these games. You ready?
Are you guys buffering? Back?
Vandy?
Connor?
Yes.
There he is.
Andy's a win.
Vandy,
Win.
Missouri,
Win.
Tennessee,
I
Loss.
think they lose to Missouri.
South Carolina.
Loss. Or
Win.
win. Yeah. Yeah, they're beating South Carolina.
That is. It doesn't even say where that game is
FCS
at.
school.
LSU,
Yeah, they'll beat LSU.
They're
Oklahoma,
at on the road. Loss.
Oklahoma, if they get the tier back, I think Oklahoma can beat them.
Eastern Illinois,
I like the Panthers.
and then Auburn.
At Auburn. Tough game.
Loss. Loss. The Tigers. The Tigers are gonna. Yes, the Tigers.
I don't know how you
All
say
right.
that, but they just lost to Texas A&M. Who you say is not good?
Rivalry. That's all that matters.
Oh my gosh.
In
Hey,
that
the
game,
line-
Transitive property stuff.
The line for the Vandy game against Alabama
guess?
was only 10,
I'm
10
gonna
and a
guess.
half.
I'm gonna guess.
Oh. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna guess 8.5.
10 and a half.
Good.
So,
Can we please just be smart here? We're gonna take Alabama covering.
yes.
Take
No.
Mississippi State covering.
I don't know about that one.
Lock.
I think Texas A&M blows them out of the water.
It's a lock. No, they don't. No, they don't. They almost beat Tennessee. A&M just barely beat a shitty Auburn at home.
It's gonna be confusing me.
That's rivalry week. You can't. It's college football brain. You got. It's like March Madness.
Danny, I'm gonna need you to make your whole top 25. I want to see what schools you got where. What teams do you truly think are like the top 25?
I'll
best
say
teams?
this: Louisville's number 20.
Where's
4-0.
Pittsburgh?
4-0,
21.
motherfucker. And we just beat a really good Pitt school at Pitt.
Who Pitt just lose to?
Louisville. That's who
They
they
lost
just
someone
lost.
else. They just lost someone else.
West Virginia. Rivalry game
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
that's who it was.
Rivalry game doesn't matter.
But Alabama, big win in
Yep.
Florida or in
Did they score a
Georgia.
point in the second half?
I think a field goal.
I thought it was 24. I don't know. I gotta look at the stats. I remember watching that game, and Bama was up big, and then the comeback was like a weird comeback.
All right.
I think
Zero points. It was
Damn.
24.
good on their defense.
14.
I will say, if Kirby Smart played Alabama the last regular season game every year, he'd be criticized just like Ryan Day is about Michigan.
Yep.
But because they don't, it's not nearly as extreme right now. He's only beat him what, one time, two times?
Yeah, the championship.
It was the national championship in 2021.
Yep.
That's it. It's like It's like Ryan Day. He's only beat Michigan in 2019.
Yep.
We're also forgetting an important stat here. Alabama just snapped a 33-game win streak at home for Georgia.
It's big.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah.
I think that's a big program win, and I think they take that with pride and carry it. And I think they could possibly make it to the SEC championship or to the national championship.
They definitely they still don't have a conference loss, which is the biggest thing. That's
Right.
what's keeping everyone afloat. That's your golden ticket.
Mhm.
Win your conference, you're in.
Not for Notre Dame.
Whose fault is that?
Unfortunately,
I
they
still say,
are.
hey,
What is
8 more wins, Connor. 8 more wins.
that? 8
you're
more
in.
wins. Yep.
I
We
told
got
10 and 2 gets you.
West. Yeah, I think we got West Virginia next week. No, that was
I don't think that's right.
a lie. That's a lie.
Probably like Boston College or someone.
I'm looking right now. It's kind of sad I don't know my own team schedule.
Yeah. Kind of
Boise State, NC State, USC, Boston College, Navy, Pitt, Syracuse, Stanford.
Sounds like some runs there, boys.
I feel like Syracuse might pull off a weird upset. I'm just going to lay that in the universe now.
No.
All right. We need to cover anything else? Miss anything?
Sam Pittman fired. We haven't talked since Mike Gundy got fired.
What
The Don's
about Danny? What you sent in the group chat today?
Yeah, I was going to mention that on my Don's list.
All right, you got your Don's list ready? All right.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I can rattle.
Go ahead.
Okay, number 1. Can I get the solo? And can you play music?
I don't know if I have music. Hang on.
This is free balling, by the way, freestyle.
Let's see what I got. I got anything?
I'm just gonna say.
I do might have some music.
just gonna
Hang
start
on
talking.
just 1 second. I don't remember what it's called.
Listen up, everybody. College football has went through some changes this year. The big one, losing Lee Corso. You might think the college football is going to change. The energy, the passion. Then you turn on game day and you see two massive points. One, they're all in white suits. What the fuck are they doing? Confused the shit out of me. Number 2, the GOAT of this sport is in a child's onesie of a Nittany Lion. Doesn't get any more American than that. Also, talking about the greats of the sport, the guy that you call in and hear all the chaotic fans of the SEC, the conference that really created the sport, doesn't run it anymore, but created it. Wants to run for Senate. Because why the fuck not? Another one, Kirby Smart. Kirby, I call this game where you can't win a game a logo game. I call Ryan Day it for Michigan when he sees the wing helmet. Think about Alabama. They don't have a logo on their helmet. Why are you losing to them? Why do you run a sweep? A sweep with a white guy on 4th and 1. Why don't you take the time? Why don't you tie the game? You're at home, take it to overtime, buddy. You're overthinking it. Penn State, James Franklin. It's got to change. You know, that's so good. So good. And you want a football? Stroud didn't play that good. What was he supposed to throw to? I don't know what you were thinking on the ball. Your 2 best players on offense are running backs. That's it. That's all I got.
Very good work, Daniel.
Thank you.
Might be your best one yet.
It was all free ball. It was just a big weekend. There's a lot to talk about.
There's a lot to talk about.
Pretty good.
Anything else we got?
I heard there's a team in Ohio that doesn't involve college football, but they played tomorrow night, 9 o'clock.
Can I say something? Can I say something right now?
Yes.
Cincinnati has a chance to put their stake in the fucking sports universe. And they have a stretch starting tonight, Monday Night Football. Then they got a guaranteed 2 games in LA. All eyes are on Cincinnati for the next couple days. The next 72 hours is all Cincinnati. They have a shot to drop their nuts on the sports world's forehead. Do it. Do it.
Do it. AJ?
I think he's fired up. I think that just got him fired up. Hunter Green on the mound. AJ, how you feel?
Just win.
Just win.
Just win.
Where are we watching tomorrow night?
Yeah,
Danny's.
we can watch it.
All right.
Or, I know you work on Wednesday.
I'm staying up for it. Fuck you.
Wednesday?
I'm-
Wednesday?
Yeah, that's my
I was
Sunday
saying, if
night.
we did go out, you have to work the next day, so you don't want to be at home. Right?
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The Reds are in the playoffs. I will watch this anywhere. I'll just not drink.
I'm excited.
Where would
Let's
you
see
want to
who's
go
in.
out and watch it?
I don't know.
For all the fans listening, we could do a meet and greet.
All 0 of them.
Hey, you know that kids ain't got no heart, man. You know that guy?
Yeah,
Well,
I know,
his
I got it.
son has become a massive fan of this program. That's why I said shout out little Jess, Tickle the Tackle. He's fired up, man. I know he's watching. He says he went through, and I think he's watched most of our episodes.
You want to tickle his tackle? That might be it.
Tickle the
for
Tackle,
us.
man. Did you guys not hear when Nick Saban said that?
Okay. I was
He
on our
was
way to
talking
Athens.
about, for context, he was talking about like somebody's defense. I can't remember. And he's like, see, the thing about this defense is their DNs, they stay home, right? They'll blitz or they'll bring a lot through the middle, and then around the edge they'll contain, and that DN will just shoot upfield about 3 yards, but not really try and get around the tackle. He's just tickling the tackle, Dude, Reese Davis is fighting back tears while he's saying this in like a film breakdown. It's insane because he's saying it with the straightest face, Nick Saban. You know he don't. But Reese, when it got back to game day, was like, yeah, you just got to tickle the tackle.
You just got to tickle the tackle.
He said, see, you don't really want to pursue and over pursue. You just want to tickle. Just tickle the
See,
tackle.
when I was at Alabama, we had a good program, and we tickle our tackles.
You want to know why our defense was so good at my program? It's because we
We
were
didn't.
tickling the tackle.
We
Damn
tickle
it!
our tackles.
Anyways, I was
Anyway.
reporting live from Athens, Ohio, Saturday for the game of the week. OU versus BGSU. And you know what the
Ohio on
highlight
top.
of the game was?
Ohio on top.
You know what the highlight of the game was?
What?
Seeing how massive Bowling Green's band is.
How was
You know-
the crowd? How was the crowd at Ohio?
Sweaty.
It was-
Left at halftime.
It was hot. It was
A lot
hot.
of people left at halftime.
Yes,
The
because
whole
everybody
student
went
section.
to go see the 110.
Huh?
They're bad.
If you
The
haven't
Marching
seen
110.
Can one of you motherfuckers talk and the other one just shut the fuck up?
The Marching 110 for the Ohio band. They're really well known.
Oh,
People
Cool.
stay for the halftime show and then they leave.
was there a
It was
good game?
Yeah, it was a good game. It was 35-20. I think.
Oh,
as
thank
soon as we walked in, you know what we heard?
Suck it, Garrett. Suck it.
Yeah, suck it, Garrett. What happened? How do you lose to the Bobbies? All they do is drink. They all leave at halftime. What are you doing losing to them? You suck. You have a pitiful program. And Louisville's 4-0, by the way. So how about you slide up on my story again, you motherfucker?
Who's Louisville
right.
got next?
I think they have a bye week finally.
Find out on the next episode.
Virginia, we're shocking the nation. The Who's. We're gonna take down Virginia and we're getting ranked, and it's at
Home?
Louisville. I might go. Fuck it all.
That's started.
You're not going.
Wait.
You're going to Columbus this
You have
weekend.
Ohio State game, don't you?
Ah, shit. I get fired up when Louisville's good. I bank on Ohio State being good. I get fired up when Louisville's good. Fired up. We're gonna make it.
Yeah, that's the point. You're getting excited over a six-win
With
program?
Jeff Fromm, I might need to raise the standard from 6 to 8.
I just saw Cincinnati have their biggest win in 3 years. They beat Kansas. We're hyped over Kansas. What happened to this country? What happened to this program? Scott
Yeah.
Satterfield happened.
Yeah, you guys fucking keep him.
Luke Dickel.
You think? You think when I go up to Wisconsin on October 18th, Luke Fickle's still the coach?
Yes.
Okay. My neck's tight.
All right.
Who Dey? Go
Who Dey?
Reds.
Who Dey, go Reds. We will see you potentially on Game 3 night. Potentially.
Maybe we'll watch live on the podcast tomorrow night. Who has a live reaction show?
What if we just did one big live podcast together?
What if we just took one big live?
Okay. Well,
Just take it
Anyways.
right up the app.
He didn't say hemorrhoids.
did you just leave?
That's tough. All
Or
right.
did you-
Well, love
you-
you guys.
Yep. See you later.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
I can't hear you. But goodbye. Good night.
Bye. Hello?